What's so interesting to me about white nationalist protesters like these guys is what rights are they trying to gain by protesting? Because there are millions of people in this country who woke up today fearing for their lives, wondering if they grill out today or shoot off some fireworks with their kids, maybe they'll be detained and permanently separated from their families. Hundreds of thousands of these people had legal status just a few weeks ago. They were just living their lives a few weeks ago only to have the rug pulled out from underneath them. And I understand why people like that would protest, so that they can live their lives without fear. But what are these guys hoping to gain? Or is it more about what they want others to lose? The Bible says that God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. And so I have no issue with Americans celebrating our freedoms, but not when it comes at the cost of the unnecessary suffering of others.
This picture just stopped me in my tracks. It's America's Independence Day today, 250 years since its founding. One woman sits alone on a Washington, D.C. metro train, a picture taken by Reuters. She's surrounded by masked white nationalists heading to a march. She's not shouting, she's not reacting, she's just simply there. What a haunting image, and one that should make every decent human being feel uncomfortable. This picture needs to be remembered, not because of fear, but because this should never be allowed to become normal.
Picture this, you're on the DC Metro just trying to get somewhere on 4th of July. Outside, the city is celebrating America turning 250 by an administration you're acutely aware emboldens racist, supports white nationalism, and celebrates hate. The doors open and you're surrounded. A wall of masked white men floods the car. Navy shirts, khaki pants, tan caps, Confederate flags. Well, for a black woman photographed in that exact car today, it wasn't theoretical, it wasn't a headline, it was her body boxed in by men who believes the country isn't hers to occupy. This image, a black rider cornered in public transit by mass extremists, is extremely representative of the nation and is a microcosm for Trump's administration. The men on that train belong to the Patriot Front, the group born out of the wreckage of Charlottesville Unite the Right rally back in 2017 when Trump said they were very fine people on both sides. After that rally's backlash, the group's founder, Thomas Rousseau, understood that he couldn't use a swastika. That's too outright, that's too in your face. So the symbols changed and they started using the Betsy Ross flags, the red, white, and blue shields, the language of lineage and birthright. What didn't change was the goal, a white ethno state built on the exclusion of black, Latino, and immigrant Americans. Why do they feel safe enough to march unmasked confidently into a federal holiday chanting "Reclaim America" blocks from Union Station? Because extremism doesn't grow in isolation, these sentiments have been permitted from the top down. When political rhetoric at the highest level flirts with the Great Replacement theory, casts immigrants as invaders, and treats multiracial society as a problem to be solved, the rhetoric doesn't stay abstract. White nationalists don't hear policy, they hear that, oh, what we believe is a green light for us to enact this in real life outright.
They fought for a nation that was proud of its heritage, that was unashamed to say that America was built by and for the descendants of the European race, that was unafraid to say that we have a culture deeply steeped in the Anglo-Saxon traditions of our forebears.
That validation is exactly why Patriot Front has grown reportedly past 540 members nationwide while perfecting a specific tactic, the flash march. Sudden, choreographed, built for the camera, not for community. They don't march to persuade anyone standing in front of them. They march to manufacture footage, dominance theater for the algorithm. So when someone asks why America keeps circling back to race, the answer isn't in the textbooks. It was riding the metro through the nation's capital this weekend. For millions of Americans, race isn't a debate club topic. It's a body pressed against train doors, a face held still while men in masks film their own myth. The masks are old, the choreography is new, but the project is the same one it has always been, deciding out loud and on camera who gets to count as an American.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christine and thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are going to be discussing about a story that has generated a lot of attention online after videos surfaced showing a group of masked nationalities demonstrators marching through Washington, D.C. during the 4th of July. The footage quickly spread across social media, leading to thousands of reactions from people with different opinions about what they were seeing. For many Americans, The 4th of July is a day to celebrate the country's independence. Spend time with family, watch fireworks, and reflect on the ideas of freedom and democracy. Because of that, seeing a group of mass demonstrators marching during such an important national holiday surprised many people and sparked intense conversations across the country. One image that especially caught people's attention was that of a black woman sitting quietly on a train while the mass marchers appeared to be in the same train. She wasn't shouting, she wasn't arguing, she simply remained seated, looking forward with a calm but serious expression. Since that image appeared online, many people have shared different interpretations of what they believe her expression represented. Some viewers said she looked uncomfortable. Others believe she appeared determined not to give the marchers the reaction they might have wanted. Still others pointed out that it's impossible to know exactly what she was thinking from a single moment captured on camera. Whatever her thoughts were, that image became one of the symbols of online discussion because many people connected with the quiet strength they believed it represented. The reactions from many Black Americans online were varied. Some expressed concern that seeing mass nationalist groups marching through the nation's capital reminded them of difficult periods in American history. Others questioned why these demonstrations continue to happen in modern America and what message they send to different communities. At the same time, there were also discussions about constitutional rights. Some people emphasized that while they strongly disagree with extremist views, peaceful demonstrations are generally protected under the law. Others responded by saying that even when an event is legal, it can still create fear, anxiety, or painful memories for people who see it. This is why stories like this often become much bigger than the event itself. They lead people to ask larger questions. What does this say about the current state of America? Are divisions becoming deeper, or does social media simply make these events appear more common than they really are? These are questions many people continue to debate. On this channel, the goal isn't to encourage hatred or division. Instead, we want to have thoughtful conversations about events that people are already discussing. We want to understand why these stories matter, why they attract so much attention, and what lessons can be learned from them. So as we continue with today's discussion, let's look beyond the headlines and social media posts. Let's think about the different reactions, the symbolism of the images, and the broader conversation they have started. Whether you agree or disagree with what you've seen, it's always valuable to approach these topics with respect, critical thinking, and an open mind. With that being said, let's get into today's commentary.
I can't tell if this video represents America 250 or this photo of a black woman who's just minding her business and found herself surrounded by masked white supremacists. Patriot Front descended upon the Capitol today to march. And just in case you do not know what Patriot Front is, it is a white supremacist terrorist group, okay? Designated hate group. They believe in an ethno-state, a white ethno-state. So the rest of us have to go. They believe in the Great Replacement Theory, which is a theory that has been debunked multiple times. And they believe that the only way to return America to its former glory is to establish a white ethno-state, and the rest of us got to get the hell on. All right. And a lot of people are always wondering, like, why do they wear masks? Why are they not proud of their white supremacy? They wear masks because these are our doctors, our lawyers, our police officers. Shoot, they're also our gas station clerks, the people that bag our groceries that are embroiled in some of y'all's communities. These are people that live among us. And if 500 plus were able to...
America 250 is looking like America 1950 in DC. What is this? What's going on here? You have a black woman right here sitting on the metro, surrounded by Patriot Front members. They have their faces covered. Here's another look at the same picture. If you're so big and bad, why you gotta cover your face? Here they are marching. A self-proclaimed white nationalist organization marching in downtown DC, Chocolate City, feeling very welcome in Trump America.
And this is the very reason why these Proud Boys think that they can do this stuff. because of black men who act just like you. The audacity of you coming on a black woman's page to tell her that she's not going to do anything about it, so just let these men do whatever they want. Talking about they should be going upside their head. Why aren't you going upside somebody's head? Where's your ass at behind that keyboard talking shit to a black woman instead of being out there in the streets and taking care of business? Your black ass ain't gonna do a fuck thing. You ain't even gonna talk about it. You can't even get popular enough on social media to say something about it so that people will actually listen to you. Does it make you mad that a black woman is capable of capturing the audience while you sit behind a keyboard talking shit to black women because they're not going up against the Proud Boys? I guess you do want black women to go fight your battles, don't you? You not only expect us to be the breadwinners of the community to take care of the kids, you also want us to go out there and beat them up for you, don't you? You sparkly pants wearing ass snowflakes. And I ain't talking about all black men, because best to believe I know some great black men that will put a boot in any one of these men's asses. But you soft ass snowflake motherfuckers that get on here talking shit to women about what they're not doing, I'm talking to you.
Welcome back. As we come to the end of today's discussion, it's clear that this story has touched on issues that go far beyond a single match or a single day. Events like this often become symbols of larger national conversations about history, identity, freedom, and the direction many people believe the country is taking. The image of the black woman sitting quietly on the train became one of the most memorable moments from the footage. Many viewers described her as calm under pressure. Others believed her silence spoke louder than words. Some saw resilience, while others simply saw an ordinary passenger trying to avoid unnecessary conflict. The truth is that we cannot know exactly what she was thinking. One reason this moment attracted so much attention is because people often connect powerful images with their own personal experiences. A photograph or a short video clip can remind people of past events, family stories, or historical moments that continue to shape how they see the present. That helps explain why reaction to this footage was so emotional. Many black Americans who commented online expressed concern about seeing mass nationalist groups in public spaces. Some said these images reminded them of painful chapters in American history. Others argued that they never expected to see scenes like this during a holiday that celebrates freedom and equality. Whether people agreed or disagreed with these opinions, it's clear that the footage started important conversations. On the other hand, some people emphasized that freedom of speech and freedom of assembly are important constitutional rights in the United States. Even when many people strongly disagree with the ideas being expressed, that balance between protecting rights and addressing the social impact of extremist demonstrations remains one of the most difficult discussions in America's society. Social media also plays a major role in how stories like this spread. Within hours, millions of people can watch the same video, share their opinions, and influence how others interpret the event. Sometimes, accurate information spreads quickly. Other times, rumors and assumptions spread just as fast. That's why it's always wise to look for reliable information and avoid drawing conclusions based on short clips. Another important lesson from this story is the value of remaining calm. The woman on the train became a talking point partly because she did not appear to react dramatically. Whether that reflected confidence, caution, or simply a desire to continue her journey peacefully, many viewers saw it as an example of maintaining composure during an uncomfortable situation. America has always been a country with different opinions, cultures, and beliefs. That diversity has often been one of its strengths, but it has also led to periods of tension and disagreement. Throughout history, America has faced challenges involving race, politics, and social change. Those conversations continue today, and stories like this remind us that many of those issues remain unsolved. As viewers and citizens, we also have a responsibility to think critically. At the end of the day, hatred and intimidation rarely solve problems. Constructive dialogue, respect for others, and peaceful engagement offer a stronger path forward. Regardless of political views or personal beliefs, most people want safe communities where disagreements do not lead to fear or violence. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Share your thoughts in the comment section below and keep the discussion respectful. It's okay to disagree, but let's do so with courtesy without attacking one another. If you find today's commentary informative and thought-provoking, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.